Hello! Thank you for joining Only in Sedona Yoga for this Hatha Vinyasa to Restorative flow. These basic flows are ideal for yogis of all levels and those using their practice as part of their healing therapy. Please stay tuned after the show when we'll be discussing 3 tips to help you improve your vagus nerve tone. Grab any blankets, pillows, straps, or blocks you may need. Mentally enter your sanctuary of yoga, and let's talk to our mats. Okay, beautiful yogi, let's take a moment to adjust our mindset. Bring one hand to your heart and the other to your navel where you can feel yourself breathe. Close your eyes and take 3 breaths with me as you set a private intention for your practice and mentally leave the outside world behind to focus on your health and your healing. Take one more breath with me here, beautiful. And then blink your eyes open, bring your hands to your knees, and just start slowly rotating that torso, really opening up through that rib cage, taking it around 3 times one way, and then we pause, and 3 times the other way. And sit tall in the center. Take a nice deep breath of air. Whichever leg is out in front, turn and twist towards that leg and give me a breath or 2 here. We always want to warm up our spine and be gentle, especially if you have any back pain. Lift that back arm up now, keeping the front arm where it is. Look up to that palm if the sun's not in your eyes. And give me a breath or 2 here. And as you come down, uncross those legs, taking the other leg in front. Take another nice deep breath of air. And then twist the other direction. Lift that back arm up when you're ready, keeping the front arm right where it is. Stretch the whole side body. And then bring yourself around gently into an all-fours position on your mat. Spread your legs and arms slightly wider than all fours and just move it around 3 times one way. And 3 times the other way. Now we're getting the synovial fluid flowing to our joints, making it easier and safer to move. Getting our wrists used to holding our weight. Walk yourself into all fours and give me a series of 3 cat-cows as you move with your breath. Inhaling as you sink into cow. Exhaling as you wind up into cat. Do 2 more just like that, moving at your own pace with your breath. Hold the last one at the top for a brief pause before coming on back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Lift up and back into your first down dog of the day. And let's take a second to get cozy. So bend your knees. Shift your hips forward. Drop your heels to your mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Your next inhale is going to bend that right knee as you really extend the left. Once more, moving with breath. And on your next breath, switch it to the right. And then just continue walking out your dog. Lift on both heels. Come into a full down dog. And we're just going to do just a tiny bit more spinal mobility. So ripple yourself out to a plank. You can drop your knees if you like, or chaturanga down. Bringing your elbows underneath you. Come into a little yin style sphinx just for 2 or 3 breaths. Just to wind up that spine a little bit. Before bringing your hands beneath your shoulders, pushing yourself back, go into a wide leg child's pose and take a breath or 2 here. And then come on back up, all fours in a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift up and back into your down dog. Take a breath right where you are, and let's try taking a breath and smiling and sighing together. So inhale nice and deep. Exhale with a smile and a sigh. Let it all go. All that outside stress. Walk yourself forward, one step at a time to the front of your mat. Bringing your arms to cross. Tick-tocking it out in that forward fold to open up your hamstrings. And then finally soften your knees. Roll yourself up. Take a deep breath of air. And as you exhale, rotate those wrists, just getting them a little warmer if you have any arthritis. Before bringing your hands to heart center, pausing here to silently repeat your intention to yourself before we begin the Hatha Vinyasa portion of our flow. When you're ready, beautiful, inhale up. Stretch yourself an inch taller. Exhale. Surrender into a forward fold. And then pay attention. Come rounding up again. Inhaling up. Stretching an inch taller. And then on your next exhale, dip your knees down into a chair. And hold your chair pose for a few breaths. Feeling the legs activate. We're going to get a lot of legs. So if you're working on your lower body strength, this flow is a great choice. Lift yourself up when you've had enough. Stretching an inch taller. Exhaling down, surrendering all the way to your forward fold. Before inhaling to a flat spine, bringing your hands to the mat as you bend your knees, gently stepping back to your plank, the top of a push-up. Now you always may drop your knees to chaturanga, otherwise your elbows stay in, keep them close, shoulders come slightly forward as you lower down, feel how strong you are for a moment, and then you can take a cobra right here, keeping your elbows bent, or next time I'll show you an up dog when we do the other side. But just take a second to look over each shoulder, Admire that gorgeous Sedona view. And then come up through all fours into your down dog. And join me here for a breath. Or 2 or 3, depending on your pace of breathing. Your very next inhale, lift your left leg up into a split, or only as high as you like. You might be right here. That's fine. You only need to lift the leg enough to pull it through and plant it between your palms. Make sure you have a nice firm base. We're coming up into a high lunge. So lift yourself up into a high lunge and just take a second to get comfortable in the pose. Again, you'll really feel your legs activate. And then lift yourself up. Take a twist with an exhale, moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Our next inhale changes. Listen up. Inhale here. Exhale to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Twist so that your arm rests against the front thigh. And then, if you can, open your arms. Really feel that twist in the body. Take a few breaths here as you explore how that feels. And please remember, you always have the right to exit out of any pose that's uncomfortable. Take an easy Sukhasana seat or child's pose. Join us when you're ready. But now take that top arm down, walk around, untangle yourself. Make sure you have that good firm base. Lift up. You're front and center. You're staring at me tall. Your legs are wide. As you exhale, come down to your wide leg forward fold, but walk yourself over so that your right arm is holding that left foot or whichever foot's in front, and twist it open here. Hold here and breathe in your wide leg variation. And then bring yourself up, tall and center and proud again. Take your back foot, the one facing the back of the mat, stick it out so that it's facing straight. Stick out this hip. Arms come out. Lean into your triangle and give me a breath or two here. If you can go all the way down, feel free. If you want to hold on the calf, that is fine. Your next breath lifts you up. Helicopter that body. Slide down this back leg into your revolved triangle. Hold here and breathe. Your next inhale is going to lift you back up. You're coming front and center again. You're tall, you're proud. Toes are pointed to the sides. Bend into a goddess. So you'll really feel your leg strength engage here. Hands to Anjali Mudra. For our next move, we're going to be going to the back of the mat. So prepare to face the other direction. But first, take one more breath here in your goddess. And then lift yourself tall. Dive down into a low lunge on the back of your mat. And then unwind that low lunge. Reaching, 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 reaching. Breathing, stretching through all points of the body. Before taking that top arm down. Gently dropping that back knee. Lifting to Anjaneyasana. Hold here and breathe with me, beautiful. Open your heart. You're proud. You're strong. And you spend this meditative time to come back to yourself. Bend that back leg and grab it. You might have to lean back, and that's okay. This front arm here, you're going to take it across. You're going to cross it over that top thigh like we did in the high lunge. And this time twist into your archer. Now, if this is too much, let me show you your alternative. You can just be here. Just bring your arms down out of your Anjaneyasana. You're still getting that great hip opening, even if the twist is a bit much. And then take it on down. Walk yourself around. Push back into a runner's stretch. And just hold here and breathe with me. If you're like me, this pose is a little bit of a break after all that work. And then walk yourself up. Come back into that low lunge. Brace your legs for power. We're going to come back up tall and wide, just like we were before, and go into that goddess. So gather your strength. Lift it up tall and wide. Sink it down through center. Engage that leg strength. Breathe here with me. We're going back to the front of the mat next. So prepare to move that direction. Your next inhale lifts you up. Your next exhale takes you to a low lunge at the front. Your next inhale opens up. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And as that top arm comes down, step back to your plank. Top of a push-up. Remember, you may drop your knees to chaturanga. Otherwise, shoulders forward. Come on down. Taking your cobra or up dog. I'll take up dog this time. And then either push back through all fours or just tuck your toes to come into that down dog. Stay here and breathe with me for a minute. And your next breath just takes you for a nice loving stroll right up to the front of your mat again. Surrender to your forward fold with an exhale. Soften your knees as you gently, gently roll up. Looking up as your palms touch. Exhaling to heart center, where we take a mindful pause. How does that work feel on the left side of your body? Explore. Reconnect with your intention. And we're going to get that on the right. Your very next breath. Inhale, lift up. We're going to throw in that bonus forward fold again. Exhale to a forward fold. And then inhale, come up again. Exhale, dip as you brush the mat. Finding your Utkatasana. And then stay here and breathe with me. Your next inhale lifts you tall and proud. Your next exhale surrenders forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. If you want to try a hop, your palms come down, otherwise step back, or you can hop just like that. You're coming into your plank. Chaturanga down. Take your cobra or up dog before meeting me in your down dog. Then hanging out here and breathing. Moving now to the right side. Lift your right leg up just as high as you want. You don't have to do a split unless you want. You can. But either way, just lift it enough that you can pull it through. Find a nice firm base for your high lunge. And when you're ready, Lift it up strong. Hold here and breathe. Your next inhale lifts you up slightly. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, listen up. Exhale through center. Handstand mudra. Turn, supporting that arm on that leg, and then opening up, beautiful. Take a few breaths here. If the twist is too much, just untangle the arms. Take a regular low lunge. And then come on out of this one, beautiful. Find that firm base again. Lift yourself up tall. You won't see me, so you're facing the back now. You're tall. Come into that wide leg. Holding the front foot. Outside of that foot. Hold here and breathe. Your next inhale lifts you up tall. That foot that was on the back, pivot so it's pointing. Slide down the leg into your triangle and give me a breath or two here. Inhale as you lift up. Helicopter your body. Take a revolve triangle. Come on all the way up to the center. Pivot both feet out. Come into that goddess pose. Sink into it. Hands to heart center. Breathe here with me. Remember, we're going back of the mat next. So gather your power. Power yourself up. Exhaling to a lunge. Inhale, unwind. Reaching, 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 reaching. Exhale, drop it down. And then find your Anjaneyasana. Stay here and breathe with me. When you're ready, that back leg bends. Find archer first, and then bring this arm across. Take it down into that twist if you want. But if this is too much, just hold your Anjaneyasana or exit out, take an alternative. Here's your little break coming up. Walk yourself out of that one. Come into your runners. Stay here, catch your breath and breathe while you stretch. When you're ready, find your low lunge again. Remember, we're going to come up center so you won't see me. We're going to power all the way up and go into that goddess facing the back. So lift yourself up, sink into your goddess and breathe. We go back to the front of the mat next. Gather your strength, yogi. Lift it all up. Come to the front. Unwind with that beautiful twist. Reaching, 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 reaching. And then bring that arm down. Step back to plank. Through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale into your down dog. Stay here and breathe with me. You did it, beautiful. Feel proud of what you've accomplished. Gently walk it forward. We're going to prepare for our restorative section. First, surrender to your forward fold. Round yourself up slow with soft knees. Look up overhead, touch your palms. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment of gratitude for making it through that first section. Let's flow it down to our restorative, starting with pigeon. Lifting yourself up. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale. Walk it back to plank. And from here, you're going to liberate your front lift. Now, you can take it all the way up so that your right foot is to left wrist, but if that doesn't work, take it in closer. It's fine. Either way, find your pigeon. Try not to adjust yourself on a rock, but sit tall here. And as we bend forward into the pose, we'll be holding each restorative stretch for about 2 minutes. Come on down, use a pillow or prop if you must, and just breathe and be. Slowly begin to walk it up, beautiful. If you have that leg more parallel, bring it in. Bring this back leg up and just give it a little tug. Just a minute here. And if your leg cramps up on you, just extend it and go back. And then release from there. Lift back into plank. Little transition. We're going to throw a child's pose in here with a shoulder stretch. So your back arm is going to come underneath as you sink back. 2 minutes. When you're ready, beautiful, come on up. Walk yourself to all fours. We're going to unwind that with a few cat-cows. Inhale as you sink into cow. Exhaling as you round into cat. Give me 2 or 3 more just like that as you move with your breath. Last one, hold in the cat. And then bring it on down to a neutral spine. Come back into your plank just long enough to liberate that other leg. Wiggle it around till you find that perfect pigeon. And then sit tall. You can have a blanket or block here to catch your head. Come into your pigeon for 2 minutes. Breathe with me, beautiful. Walk on up out of this one. Bring that front foot in a bit if it's not already. Grab that back foot. Just hold it here for a minute or so. Not going to hold this one too long, but a little counter. Come out of that one. Come back into your plank. Go back into that wide leg. This time it's the opposite arm. So whatever arm you didn't do comes under the body. Lean back into it. Take child's pose for 2 minutes, please. Come on up out of this one, beautiful. Come back into all fours. Shake that workout with a few cat cows. Bring it on down. And then turn yourself around to sit. We're going to do a seated forward fold and take it back for 2 closing supine stretches, and our work is done. If you have a strap, you can use it. Otherwise, lift yourself tall, extend from your hips, and then collapsing down. Now, this is a great place. If you have a pillow or a bolster, just lay it here so you can just collapse. That is ideal. If you are using a strap, I'm going to ask you not to tug. Just a very gentle pull so that you feel the edge of your resistance, but you're not feeling any discomfort or pain. Breathe with me for 2 minutes. Come gently out of this one. Place your strap to the side. Make sure that you have plenty of room to go back. As you hold on behind the legs for support, lovingly place that back on the mat. And then go ahead and extend. Let's start with the right leg. Extend your right leg so your left leg is bent, your foot's right against the knee. Open your arms to the side. Cross that knee over your body. We're going to do a supine twist for a minute. And segue into cat pulling its tail when you're ready. If you want, when you're ready, bend that bottom leg. Take the ankle for cat pulling its tail. Remain here for a little more than 1 minute. Release, beautiful. Roll back onto your back very gently. Windshield wiper the legs to just shake that work out. And then this time your left leg extends. Right knee comes in, arms out. Start with a supine twist and breathe. And in a few breaths, if you want, you can take it into that cat pulling its tail. We're here a total of 2 minutes. If you want to transition to cat, go ahead. Pulling its tail. When you're ready, beautiful, go back onto your back. Bring your knees into the chest. Real quick cradle here, just to release any pressure on that low back. Now we're going to take Supta Baddha Konasana to rest. So bring the palms of your feet together. Rest one hand on your heart and the other the navel. And take several slow, deep breaths in your modified Shavasana as you mindfully explore the effects of that work. Beautiful. Start to wake yourself up by extending your arms overhead, extending your legs long. Take a deep breath, inhale as you stretch as long as you can. And as you exhale, roll on to your side. Rest here for a moment. And when you're ready, push yourself up to sit so that we can seal our practice. Take an easy seat however you're comfortable. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, touching your forehead for clarity of thought, your lips for kindness of speech, and to your heart in gratitude for your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with us at Only in Sedona. We hope you feel refreshed and renewed. Let's talk about your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve, it has the same root as vagabond because it wanders all over. It comes down from your brain and wanders all through all your organs, and it plays a huge role in your body's parasympathetic nervous response. That's the part of your body, or your part of your autonomic nervous system, that tells you to calm down, that it's time to rest and time to digest. But what happens if you have a trauma history is that that system gets overworked, and just like anything that's overused and not taken care of, it can start to wear out. It can start to lose its tone, and as a result, you get anxiety, you feel edgy all the time. You're walking around feeling like a bomb is going to drop any minute. So what are 3 tips for how you can restore vagal tone if you feel that practice or that panic starting to come? 1 is you can hum. Humming actually activates your vagus nerve as it comes up through your neck. It meets with a lot of other nerves like your trigeminal right here in the low face region here. And humming, and it goes down through your back, you can actually feel it echoing, and it starts to soothe that. So you can hum. That's number 1. Number 2, deep breathing. Inhaling, and especially as you elongate that exhale, practice that several times. And the next thing, the third and final way, is use cold water. You can splash cold water on your face, because remember, all those nerves meet up right around here. You can even take a cold shower and let it activate your back. In fact, some Buddhists suggest starting your day with a cold shower, because for that reason, it tunes you into that relaxed side where you're able to think more clearly. You're being responsive when you act, not reactive, and you can start to slowly overcome some of those maladaptive practices that might have grown out of any trauma you had. Or even if you just have a momentary panic, those 3 tips, humming, cold water, deep breathing, they can bring you back to yourself. If you'd like to learn more holistic healing tips, please check out talktothemat.com. If you're interested in visiting Sedona and taking some fabulous hikes, swing over to onlyinsedona.com. You can always find our yoga programming on both sites for free, and we are donation-based, so if you'd like to support us, please do so that way. And if you want to help us for free, please subscribe. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, so share this with a friend if you enjoyed. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Have a beautiful day, and namaste.